Hey everybody, this is Dr. Ashley Carnes. We're talking today about reconstituting and storing your peptides. So you've got all your peptides, you've got all your supplies, and now you want to reconstitute your peptide. First things first is you're going to take your insulin syringe, and you see it says 100 units. I always get the 1 milliliter or 100 unit needle. This is easiest. These are really super painless. If you're nervous about injecting, don't be. You can barely feel it. And then you really do get used to this. So you're going to take your brand new peptide and your reconstitution solution. So let me get a brand new peptide to show you. They're going to come sealed. Everybody's going to have a little cap on them, right? This is my BCP 157, got a cap. My constitution solution has a cap. You're going to want to flick these caps off. You just come in and you click that sucker right off, and it will show you, I'll pull one already done, a little rubber tip. This is really helpful to draw from your needle. And then I'm going to take another peptide that I've opened, and again, you'll see a little rubber tip. So when it comes to constitution solution, you don't really want to overload the peptide with tons of fluid. So I typically stay around 3 milliliters or 2 milliliters to inject into the peptide. All peptides come in a powder form, okay? And the peptides are fragile. Like, these are little delicate molecules. You don't want to just shoot the water down in there. The little rubber has little openings inside, and so when you stick your needle in, you want to angle to the corner, and I slowly release that fluid down to the peptide to kind of create that solution. So when you're injecting, so kind of rule of thumb, we'll say 10 milligrams, you do 3 milliliters of reconstitution solution. If it's a 5 milligram peptide, only 2 milliliters of reconstitution solution. So what does that look like? That would be 3 of these, pull it all the way through. So you draw it, stick it in, and you draw it all the way down. You're gonna do this 3 times for a 10 milligram peptide. If it's a 5 milligram peptide, you will draw all the fluid through 2 times and stick it into the peptide. Now, if you have larger needles at home like I do, I can do this. This goes all the way to the 3. I can do it 1 time and I'm 1 and done. I could go to the 2, 1 time and I'm done. So depending on what you have, this is kind of the easiest equipment wise. You're gonna do 3 of these for a 10 milligram peptide or 2 of these for a 5 milligram peptide. By that, I mean you stick it in and you pull it all the way to the bottom, and then you're gonna slowly stick that fluid into the peptide, right? Angle the needle to the corner and slowly release that fluid. These are fragile. You do not shake them. You don't drop them. You try to keep them as stable and steady as possible. So when I'm done injecting my fluid, I just set it down on the counter and let it soak in. Rule of thumb, everything stays in the refrigerator. If you have a brand new peptide like this, maybe you have 5 of these and you're not going to use them right away, you can stick it in the freezer. You have to thaw it out before you reconstitute it, however. Otherwise, it's great for them to be in a cool, dark place, and they can practically last forever when they are not reconstituted. Once you reconstitute a peptide, you have about 8 to 12 weeks for it to be at 99% effective. After that, you really kind of start losing your effectiveness and potency. So after 12 weeks, we're probably down to about, 95%. Then it kind of just keeps creeping down. So it's important to try to use a full peptide within 8 to 12 weeks, which is pretty standard. So that's getting started. Everything lives in the refrigerator. That's why I keep my things in my little bag zipped up. They don't roll around. They're not falling. They have a nice, safe place to hang out, and it's dark. All right. Should you have any questions, shoot me a message.